Hello there.
Hello and welcome back to the D-COT disCast. Today is Friday, January 13th, 2023. Ooh, spooky Friday the 13th. Today we're talking about some magic shots at EPCOT for the Festival of the Arts that's starting today. A new chairman on Disney's board, Tiana's place at Disneyland Park, which is a new dining experience, and more. Disney has appointed a new chairman, succeeding Susan Arnold. Quote, Mark Parker is an incredibly well-respected leader who, over 7 years as a Disney director, has helped the company effectively navigate through a time of unprecedented change, end quote, Miss Arnold said. Quote, during his 4 decades at Nike, Mark has led one of the world's most recognized consumer brands through various market evolutions and a successful CEO transition, and he is uniquely positioned to chair the Disney board during this period of transformation, end quote. Mr. Parker will also chair a newly created succession planning committee of the board, which will advise the board on CEO succession planning, including review of internal and external candidates. Mr. Parker served as Nike's chairman and CEO until 2020, when he became executive chairman. Now, I think the succession planning committee of the board is a fantastic idea. As we all know, Chapek was a disaster. I'm just going to throw it out there. Yes, I guess there could be some good things, some bad things about, when he navigated himself through the pandemic. But really, the one thing that I saw that happened was prices rose, tickets rose, so much happened, so much trash happened during the pandemic, right, at Disney. The changes that they were making, and honestly it's become, I feel like from 2020 to 2022, now we're in 2023 obviously, but for those 2 years, right, we're freshly in 2023, but for those 2 years I feel that Disney went from a kind of middle class vacation spot to an upper middle class, almost like you can't afford to come here anymore type of vacation, and it's insane, and I don't like it, and I'm sure nobody else likes it. But I do like the kind of changes that they're putting in now with Iger coming in. I don't know if he has something to do with it. I know DeMauro was like, no, it's not all Iger. I was talking about removing the parking stuff and doing all this other stuff. But fine, whatever. But okay, I digress. Kind of going on a tangent here, but I like how they have a committee specifically for appointing someone to be the successor of CEO, because we know Iger is going to be out in 2 years. He came back, and the plan was for him to only be here for 2 years, so he'll be out in 2 years. Hopefully they could find somebody that's going to drive Disney into a successful company, into something that we remember how it was back in the early 2000s. Just imagine walking through the parks as it was in the early 2000s, right? That's kind of what we want. So hopefully this committee will be able to deliver something successful like that. Disneyland Park is getting something new, Tiana's Palace. Just as Tiana transformed an old sugar mill into her dream restaurant in the Walt Disney Animation Studios film The Princess and the Frog, soon the French Market Restaurant, closing February 17th, 2023, in New Orleans Square at Disneyland Park, will be reimagined into Tiana's Palace. Tiana's Palace will be the newest restaurant on Orleans Street. Within its peach-colored walls and fancy green wrought iron balconies, you'll find elegant fixtures and appointments reminiscent of Tiana's life and friendships. The new Tiana's Palace will have much of the same pinch of pizzazz and flair as the restaurant from the film, offering authentic New Orleans flavors inspired by Tiana's friends and adventures in this quick service style restaurant. While Tiana's Palace is not a character dining location, guests may find Tiana in New Orleans Square. Farts starts to... Why do I keep saying that? Festival of the Arts, of course, that's what I meant to say, starts today, and I'm headed to EPCOT to enjoy the sights and sounds of the festival. If you're going to be in EPCOT, let me know. And as part of this year's EPCOT International Festival of the Arts, a new Figment-themed Beacon of Magic show on Spaceship Earth will debut. There's a ton of food booths, of course, to check out, and I know Michelle's excited to try them out, and we plan on going in a couple weeks together. I love attending the first day of the festival. It's just nice has a nice feel to it. It's just fresh, something new. Everybody's excited, and I'll be checking out what everyone's talking about. But what does that mean? Well, yesterday, guests spotted chalk all over the place. Chalk full of characters is back with new characters at the 2023 EPCOT International Festival of the Arts. Guests can participate in a self-led scavenger hunt to find various chalk character decals throughout World Showcase, plus one near the Imagination Pavilion. I can't wait to check out all the chalk drawings and get some nice photos for our social deliciousness tomorrow, or today, rather. I am totally going to gawk and stare at the one that they were hinting at the Imagination Pavilion because it is my favorite Mickey. I don't want to give it away, so if you know what my favorite Mickey is, just comment down below and we'll see if you're right. Anywho, I may go live, so just be sure to follow us on YouTube. Head on over to youtube.com/@D-COT. Continue with the fart noise. Festival of the Art conversation. We have some PhotoPass magic shots. So there's a Figment magic shot. They're all about using your imagination, which of course leads us to Figment, right? Of course. This year, Disney is introducing 3 new magic shots inspired by everyone's favorite playful dragon. You can find these magic shots at the following locations: Figment Wings, most Disney PhotoPass locations in EPCOT; Figment Chalk Art at the main entrance to the park and near the entrance to World Showcase under the monorail beam; Figment Flying, most Disney PhotoPass locations in EPCOT. There's also a Tiny World magic shot for Festival of the Arts Edition. This 360-degree shot near the main entrance of the park, now available both during the day and after dark, has quickly become a fan favorite. Disney is giving it a bright splash of color during the festival. Even if you've taken this photo before, be sure to stop by for this limited time edition. Also, there's artful step-in frames. All around EPCOT, you can literally step into works of art. The more you have fun with it, the better your photos will be. Disney PhotoPass photographers will be at select locations to help you strike a perfect pose. Paintbrush, this is a tongue twister, paintbrush prop and magic shot. Jeez, tried to say that 5 times fast. So when the sun goes down, the famous pixel stick comes out. Bask in the glow of the light when a photographer creates a painting around you. Every photo taken through this method is a completely unique work of art. I saw some pictures from this. It's pretty cool. It's like when it's at dark and you do a slow shutter speed and you kind of do something that emits light and you spell a name, or you do some sort of fancy dancy stuff. Same thing, same concept. But let's see what the PhotoPass photographer can come up with. Head on over to EPCOT and get your paintbrush prop put magic shot. Well, that's it for today's D-COT disCast. Thanks for listening and thanks for joining us on Friday the 13th. No, I didn't do anything special for Friday the 13th. And you know what? If you like Friday the 13th, well then go enjoy Friday the 13th. Maybe get your special latte from Starbucks, or your Dunkaccino from Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know what you're doing. Whatever fancies your pansies, right? Anyway, have a fantastic Friday the 13th. And we will see you on Monday. Have a great magical weekend and adios.
Thank you!
Within its peach-colored walls and fancy green wrought iron balconies, you'll find elegant features